relax लिखे थे हाँ 15 मिनट तुम तो बैठे ना तो बैठो however just आज 15 मिनट so now again I am talking about another drug of the tobacco okay the tobacco is tobacco you know about the tobacco or the tobacco which is available in the market so nowadays the utilization of tobacco is gradually growing the people, especially the males, somewhere in some countries, the females are also consuming the tobacco or they smoke. It contains the tobacco. So that tobacco is also included in our mathematica. The family is the Solanaceae. It has some action on the whole system, GI tract, respiratory tract, bone, nervous system and so on, and producing the signs and symptoms accordingly. Mostly what is happening, it has been found that if we take the tobacco in our mouth, immediately there is some nausea and vomiting will be there. The pulse rate may becomes increased, excessive salivation, nausea, vomiting, and this type of symptoms may present. So what will you see there? The icy coldness of the surface, with the covered with the cold sweat, icy coldness of the surface, covered with the cold sweat. Is very important. So icy coldness of the surface with covered with the cold sweat. The medicine is camphor is there, carbovage is there, sigalcar there, and paracetamol is there. So these medicines have some co-relationship with these drugs. There is the coldness, whole body, upper part of the body, sweating, and so on. Then there is the what we'll find in case of the camphor. Is to be used in last stage. Carbovage also used in last stage. Sigalcar, paracetamol also used in the last stage. There is the nervous tremor, there is the tremors and complete prostrations of muscular systems. Okay, there is the nervous tremor, trembling is there, and complete prostration of muscular system. So what will you found that? It has action on the muscles. Another part, and there is the tremors is there, complete prostration, a muscular system is there. There is the gelsemium is also one of the medicine. Califos is one of the medicine. Lachesis and tarantula is also one of the medicine. So, nervous tremors, complete prostration, and muscular system is also there. Gelsemium, Califos, Lachesis, tarantula. Headache comes and goes with the sun. This is very important symptoms of the drugs. The headache comes and goes with the sun. Spigelia, natramid is very important. But along with this, tobacco is also one of them. With nausea and vomiting, worse by the noise and the light. So along with it, there is the nausea and vomiting with noise and light. Noise and light. इसलिए ये जो nausea and vomiting है, इसके साथ रात में होते, vomiting होते, light होते, and so on. But the headache usually comes in the sun. Spigelia भी है, Spigelia is medicine for the left-sided, and natramid whole with nausea and vomiting, worse by noise and light. That is the vertigo, on opening the eyes, on closing the eyes like a shish. Okay, vertigo on opening the eyes. And on closing the eyes, vertigo, lachesis and thuja. And opening eyes is the tobacco. Okay, आँख खुला तो चक्कर आ जाते हैं. हमारे पास ब्रायनिया भी है. Bryonia, any type of slight injections causing the vertigo. Punamaculotam is also one of the medicine where there is the vertigo. Okay, vertigo कारण क्या है? The aging process. On rising or looking upwards, better open air and vomiting. Open air में vomiting में aggravation है. Renal colic, there is the violent spasmodic pain along it. So somewhere in ancient times, someone who are using this tabacum का water कभी कभी पीने देते हैं, so that to remove the renal colic. Renal colic को दर्द कम करने के लिए एक जमाने में उसका इस्तेमाल होता है tabacum को. If ureteric pain is there, ureterically barbaris and nux vomica. Barbaris vulgaris and nux vomica is there. With nausea and cold perspiration. Nausea and cold perspiration is very important symptoms of these drugs. Even spasm of sphincter of the muscles, spasm of the sphincter of the muscles, belladonna, causticum, ferrum, lachesis. Belladonna, causticum, ferrum and lachesis. Spasm of the sphincters and muscles, very important. Lachesis is also there. Amaurosis from atrophy of the retina of optic nerve. Amaurosis. The eyeballs are, the nerves of optic nerves undergoes atrophy. The optic nerve undergoes paralytic. The optic nerve, due to that, the patient cannot see. Okay. The retina of optic nerve, phosphorus. Okay. Atrophy of the retina of optic nerve, phosphorus. Dim-sightedness. Cyclamen, dim-sightedness. Cyclamen and ferrum and gelsemium. So, this medicine is useful in case of the dim-sightedness. Cyclamen dahi, it is the some symptoms are to some like the pulsatilla, ferrum, dim-sighted, and gelsemium. Even gelsemium having the double vision, aura metallicum having the double vision, so on. Symptoms occur in paroxysms. Some symptoms comes interruptedly, alternately, asthma, sneezing, headache, vertigo, and so on. Asthma, sneezing, headache, and vertigo. These are the symptoms which comes paroxysmically. Okay, vomiting, violent with cold sweat. Vomiting, violent with cold sweat as soon as begins to move during pregnancy. Pulsatilla, symphoric outburst. Okay, when lactic acid fails. So vomiting violent with cold sweat as soon as begins to move during pregnancy. Okay, pulsatilla symptoms, symphoric outburst is also there during pregnancy. When lactic acid fails, in case of vomiting, we can think of these drugs. Lactic acid also is a very good medicine for the case of the vomiting, especially during the pregnancy. There is the faint feeling at the pit of the stomach, carbo animalis, sepia, sulfur and phosphorus and zinc, faint feeling at the pit of the stomach. लोग खाना खाते हैं लेकिन पेट भरते नहीं. Carbo animalis, sepia, sulfur, phosphorus, zinc. So, in case of the sepia, there is different. Sulfur in general, phosphorus, weakness, prostration, and emptiness. Zinc is also, and it also affects the nervous system. Seasickness, better in fresh cold air. So, in case of the seasickness, and better in fresh cold air. Cold air may feel wet. Palpitation, worse by lying on left side, right side pulsatilla. Palpitation, worse lying on the left side. This is very uncommon peculiar symptoms of the drugs. But in case of the phosphorus, there is also cough, aggravation lying on left side. But right-sided palpitation, pulsatilla, feeble, irregular and intermittent, feeble, irregular and intermittent, uncovering abdomen relieves nausea and vomiting. Uncovering abdomen relieves the nausea and vomiting. Okay. The modalities: words, motion, lying on the left side, better, open air, uncovering abdomen, and cold application. So words, lying on left side and motion, whereas better, open air, uncovering abdomen, and cold applications. But apart from this, in some cases, we have seen tabicum is a very good medicine for the cases of the asthmatic problem. In certain cases of asthma, early in the morning, have some nausea and vomiting with pallidness and excessive salivation. You can think of this medicine, tabicum. Even tabicum is good medicine. Empirically, it was used once upon a time. If there is a toothache, if there is a toothache cavity are there and severe pain is there, they usually uses this tabicum to controlling the pain. Even not only that, those persons who are consuming the tobacco, tabicum, what is fine, what is seen, due to the consuming the tobacco, there is the least chances of the gum swelling, and of course there may be the pyorrhea. So those who are using tobacco, sometimes toothache is also removed. But sometimes due to the taking of the tobacco, some lots of complications are also there. That makes the chances of the ulceration and also the numbness. And sometimes due to this we can find it, tabicum is a very toothache के लिए सबसे अच्छा है, ठीक है ना. इवन कभी कभी देखा जो अल्सर होते उसमें मैं लोअर गरीब दुखी लोगों को देखा, tabicum को कोई जगह में अल्सर है, ब्लीडिंग हो रहा है, जख्म हो गए हैं, वो लोग क्या करते हैं, tabicum को ये करके पानी में मल के उधर लगा देते हैं, फिर एक दर्द कम हो जाते हैं. Even so many problem can be solved by this tabicum. Even but it also causing the vertigo, amblyopia is there. Okay, but it has been seen that tabicum most of the time helpful for us to reduce the pain and neuralgic pain. Okay, thank you. So next number, I am talking about the another drugs, so that but it should be छोटा है, थोड़ा टाइम बचा है, इसलिए मैं सोचा चलो इसको दे देते. The vaccininum is a very important medicine for the purpose of the vaccination. Side effect of the vaccine matters. Vaccine matter is a nozzle. Vaccination is important. This medicine used in previously a prophylactic against and also modification a course of attack of smallpox. एक जमाने में वैक्सीनिनम को यूज किया जाता फॉर द कोर्स ऑफ द अटैक ऑफ स्मॉल पॉक्स. तो स्मॉल पॉक्स को प्रिवेंट करने के लिए इनका बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन था. तो वैक्सीनिनम modification of course of attack, the patient is mostly very irritable, very impatient and nervous. इसलिए vaccine से vaccininum. Okay, so these are nothing but the nozode. Okay, so nozode, there are so many sources are there. Nosovagal kingdom, mineral nozode, sarcode, impermeabilia. So this is the also. The patient's mentality is very irritable. They are very impatient and nervous. The chamomile is also one of them. Senna, Nux vomica, phosphorus and sulfur. So chamomile is very important medicine for the irritable patient. Senna is also very important for the irritable patient. Nux vomica is irritable, too irritable. Phosphorus, sulfur, Staphysagrina, even Oram group, these are also in the aggravation from this. Okay. So another what is found in case of the vaccine of patient, usually after taking of the vaccine, there is the psychotic mind also prevails. There is the frontal headache with burning sensation in forehead and eyes. Frontal headache with burning sensation in forehead and eyes. Indigestion with great flatulency, indigestion with great flatulency. Lycopodium carbohydrate, indigestion with great flatulency. Carbohydrate distance in abdomen. Lycopodium distance from abdomen with passing flata, especially lower side through the parectum. And in case of the China, whole abdomen involved, and carbohydrate, that is the eactations. So, that is the frontal headache with burning sense in the forehead and eyes. After taking the vaccination, these symptoms are also found. Indigestion with great flatulence, already told. Chilliness is also a very important factor of the drug. Chilliness. Hamisha, chilliness is also present. So, in case of the chilliness, we can consider the arsenic, the gelsemium. The arsenic aggravation time peculiar is there. Gelsemium also chilliness. Pulsatilla also having the aggravation. Pulsatilla is more the pain, more the chill. Rustux is joint pain. Okay. And Silicea is very chilly patient. Okay. Then the vertigo, like the eruptions on the skin. There is the variola, like the eruption on the skin. शरीर में ऐसा लगता है जो वेरियोला बोले तो स्मॉल पॉक्स ऐसे इरप्शन मिलते हैं. पिंपल्स एंड ब्लॉचेस ऑन स्किन, इवन बॉडी में एक प्रकार ब्लॉचेस आ जाते हैं. ओके, पिंपल्स एंड ब्लॉचेस ऑन द स्किन. A drug for whooping cough also is very important medicine. A drug for whooping cough, antidote is there. Drosera, indigo, calicab and phosphorus. A drug for whooping cough drug is very important medicine for the vaccinum. So nobody will consider the vaccinum as a whooping cough drug. So another medicine is the antidote, drosera, indigo, calicab and phosphorus. So a drug which is for whooping cough failure, mostly antidote, drosera, indigo, calicab and phosphorus. Antidote में क्या देखेंगे? Rattling sound is present there. So in case of the rattling sound, we must think of it. Okay, the indigo is also one of them. Phosphorus going to aggravation left side. Calicab is also there. Eyelids red and inflamed. The eyelids are red and inflamed. And inflamed medicine, the eyes conjunctivitis, eyes are red inflamed. Aconite, belladonna, ferrum, euphrisia. So euphrisia is also good medicine for the case of that. And the graphitis due to the constant running of the eyes, graphitis, and pulsatilla is also there, and sulfur in general, whenever well indicated remedy fails to give the relief. So graphitis is also very important medicine for the purpose of the using this. So vaccination in general, when there is the vaccinations to be given, after that any side effect or any smallpox is there, after vaccine side effect, or after variola eruptions, pimples and blotches of the skin, we must consider this one.